During our time off, Mr. Infantino has made a lot of headlines, pretty much all for the wrong reasons. Of course, looking to sell part of FIFA to private investors. That caused an uproar. Then all the federations voted against him, and now it looks like he's a dead man walking. Jules?
Yeah, I mean, I think his days are counted. I was going to say his days are counted. I don't think they're just counted just yet, but there's more and more pressure from the FAs all around the world. You know, FIFA have 211 countries or FAs that are part of the part of FIFA, really. And there are mechanisms now before the election, the next election, to vote for the FIFA president, which is in March 2027, where right now Infantino was almost guaranteed to be re-elected again because he was the only candidate. Now the pressure is on because he thought he was untouchable.
Can his friend Mr. Trump help him at all, Jules?
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently Mr. Trump is not picking up his calls anymore, obviously now that he's had the World Cup, now that he's had everything he wanted, Infantino is a stranger to him. And the problem is, I think Infantino spent probably too much time with people like Donald Trump, and that felt he was one of them, being untouchable, and actually he's not. And that idea that he had pretty much on his own, because let's not forget here, or let's remind everybody that this decision of trying to sell 20% of the World Cup was not shared with anybody either close to Infantino or within that kind of FIFA executive committee, who take those big decisions or certainly put them forward for then the football federations around the world to vote for. He pretty much did that on his own, and a lot of people were very angry. Even his closest allies were quite angry with how this went about, basically, and now he's under huge pressure. I think he's probably just about political enough to hang on until the election in 2027. But there's a scenario where the pressure gets too big and too much on him that he has to go.
He cannot. It's been crystal clear for a long time that this is a man that cannot read the room, right? The word shame is not in his vocabulary. You cannot shame this man. He's brazen. Long before the World Cup, the Club World Cup was his idea as well. It was a money spinner. It should be shelved. If you watch the World Cup draw, that took cringe to different levels of cringe. And that showed you that this man here was not aware or was ignorant to the rest laughing at him. Not laughing at him because he wasn't making people a lot of money, because he was. But they were laughing at his actions. And his actions continued into the World Cup, and I'm not going to go over go over the coals again with this, but what he did during the World Cup was more harmful to the game than anybody making money. It was the integrity of the game, and we all know what I'm talking about. He was an utter disgrace, but he walked about this World Cup here in North America and beyond as if, as Joe said, as if he was untouchable. Mm-hmm. And I said it down when we were doing the shows in New York. It was almost like the Wild West in the old days. It was the lawlessness. It was like, I'm FIFA, I'm Infantino, I'm going to give all these other countries a bundle of money, they're all going to vote for me, and we're just going to do it my way. And you know what? Like most people, he just took it too far. His position is totally untenable. And if somehow the confederations around the world cannot get this man out, I worry about where he's going to go with the organisation.
Well, the only way it's going to change is if all the other presidents shame the people that stick with him and shame them into doing it, because
UEFA and Europe has to be the strongest.
We don't know how deep some of these guys are in his pocket. That's the biggest problem.
Jules, do you want to add anything before we promote your podcast?
No, just the boys are right, but there are FAs who are still with him very much. Others are taking away the support that they had promised to give him for the next election that I mentioned in 2027, so next year. So it will be very interesting to see the next few weeks, because like we were saying, the pressure is mounting more and more on him, and he feels very much isolated right now, to the point that he might not last until the next election.
Wait, it says your podcast is back to August the 17th, Jules. What are you doing?
That's right. I'm stopping that podcast to be with you on this massive, great show.
Hey, FIFA President Gab Marcotti.